Gabe made this beat.
Welcome to Say Like a Champ, episode 154. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Streezy back in the building. What's good, everybody? What's cracking, Slackers?
What it do? We already got Slackers in the building. I do have to apologize for being late. Y'all know anytime we're late, it's probably due to my technical difficulties. We're back at it. So hopefully that wasn't too bad. I appreciate y'all sticking with us. We got Kelly in the building. Happy Tuesday. Are all the kiddos back to school? I think a lot of them are.
Yeah.
Which is good. Mom says hello, and Stephanie Washington in the building as well. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for being with us. And back again on this Tuesday. How are you feeling, Strizzy? How you doing today?
I'm feeling good, man. You know what I'm saying? Solid good last month or whatever. So for the social media aspect, so everything like that's been going good. Just woke up from a nap, so I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Try to get my shit together. But yeah, man, everything's going straight. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing well as well. Everything's good. Having a great day so far. So you know how that goes. It was actually kind of a short week for sports news, which is cool, you know. So this might become a little bit of a SLAC Express. I know we always find topics to get digging into, but yeah, a little bit of a lighter week as we just kind of prepare for what's coming up next. Also got Anthony Weston in the building. So I think it's about that time. We appreciate the likes, the comments along the way during the show. And before we get too far down the road, do want to add the third member of our panel, and that is Marcus. What's good?
What up, peoples?
Just another day in paradise. You know how that goes. Definitely.
Oh man, somebody out to get my boy, man. Somebody out to get him.
For real, somebody definitely have to get him. I don't know. I wonder if he's having issues with the. I think it's at Grace's house too. Grace, what's going on with your reception? Grace. I see where Grace just popped in. She said hello, everyone.
Yeah, I think it's all good, but we might have to. I don't know. I guess we'll go to the first topic or something, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no, for sure. Marcus, I know you got all the stuff in the background too, man.
You wanna check it out.
Get us going.
All right, here we go.
What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tuned to NFL talk. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. So I guess we'll start some NFL talk, man.
Pretty much, yeah. So you already know what it is. You know, Big Legs always having some technical difficulties, but yeah, man. So NFL week's in full effect. You know, so we just had the Hall of Fame game last week. Did you check it out at all? Did you watch any of it?
Yeah, I watched the first half. I didn't watch too much of it. Especially had that run delay. I didn't even too much care after that, but. I watched a little bit. It was a little something. No, all the stars didn't play. Carr and Adams didn't play, and and on the other side, Trevor Lawrence, he didn't play either. So it wasn't too much going on. So
it's kind of crazy. I don't really like that very much. What's up, A-Dub? Welcome back. You know what I'm saying? We literally just
get myself back up in here, man. I'm my bad.
We literally just played the NFL talk stuff. Basically, just talking about NFL preseason week 1 in full effect. Hall of Fame game just started last Thursday. Marcus was telling me, he got to watch a little bit. I think the first half of it. Did you catch any of it?
I didn't get to watch too much of it. No, the rain delay kind of messed me up too. But I think it was exciting though. One interesting thing is that Josh Jacobs played so much. There was kind of some rumors as to why that was. He was pretty much like one of the main starters that played behind the one. But you know, it's just cool to get football back. You know, football going again. That's all it was for me for sure. So with that being said, though, all the other teams are going to be in action this week. So I did throw up that schedule on there so people could see kind of if they wanted to kind of check out their teams, they could see what's going on with that. So we have that on there as well. But I think it was cool, you know. Also the Hall of Fame speeches. I don't know if you guys watched any of that, but I did see some of the clips from the Hall of Fame speeches, and those were pretty good as well.
He said Peyton Manning, wasn't he last year?
What's that?
Wasn't Peyton Manning last year, or was he
Yeah,
this year?
He was last year.
Oh, because Anthony had said it was excellent, so I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, he didn't have a speech this year that I was
Maybe
thinking
he's
of.
in a rerun. Thought it was this year.
Maybe. Anthony was saying he did watch a good deal of that game though. That's what's up. And then also in the meantime, Grace jumped in. Grace jumped in there. Hello. What's up with you? Yeah. Anthony, he said was that last year? Yeah, but it was a great speech. It's still a fact what you said, but it wasn't one of the most recent rounds. But yeah, but that's what's up. A couple other little things here. We talked about the Watson suspension last week. The NFL did appeal. They had the right to appeal within 3 days, so they did appeal. And so there's still, we thought we had the certainty with the 6 games, but there is still some limbo. It could change. It could go up. It could decrease. It could stay the same. We'll see what happens with Deshaun Watson, but I think they have to make a decision pretty soon here because we are just 30 days from kickoff. So do you think it'll change though?
Yeah, because they appealed it, so I don't. Yeah, I think he might be out for the year because if they wouldn't have appealed it, then yeah. But I don't know. Honestly, I think them appealing, they not gonna lose it, So
True, they might increase a little bit, but I think you're right. I think the NFL. It's weird because the NFL chose to appeal, and then Roger Goodell gets to set who goes has jurisdiction over the appeal. So
yeah,
if he chose somebody that he knows to be a little bit more strict or something like that, then chances are it's probably going to go up. But we'll see. But once the appeal is done and this new ruling comes out, that will be final. There will be nothing else after that. So we'll see how that goes. What else do we have on here? Some unfortunate injuries. Mekhi Becton and then the wide receiver / punt returner for the Browns, Grant. They both went down with season-ending injuries today and yesterday. So kind of joining that crew of people that are already missing out on the whole year. Really sad. Also, Anthony Barr signed with the Cowboys. That's just like a little minor thing, but that could add some veteran depth. Marcus, as a fellow Cowboy fan and our Cowboy insider on the show, what did you feel about that one?
When it first happened, I was super happy because I think he's a nice, solid linebacker. But when I seen the guy above him was one of the trade, I was like, God dang, we could have had him.
Yeah.
So he's definitely a better linebacker than him. We'll take Barr. I think Barr is on his way down, but I think he got at least 2 good years in him.
Yeah.
But when I seen my guy above, man, I was like, that would have been perfect with what you call him?
With Micah Parsons?
With Parsons, yeah, that would have been man.
I know. I was surprised about that. Strizzy, did you have thoughts on that? Roquan Smith officially requesting a trade from the Bears. He's usually like a very more underspoken person,
Yeah. I actually was a little surprised about it because he really is quiet. He definitely does fly on the radar. But I'm not too surprised, man. You know what I'm saying? You get to be a little bit older. Not older in your career, but you get to a point where you don't want to. You're tired of starting over. You know what I mean? You want to be somewhere where you can be for a contending team now. And the Bears right now, they're definitely kind of revamping their team, starting over, finding those pieces to compete for years later. But
he's young though, isn't it this 3rd year?
He was drafted in 2018, so yeah
he's not old. I just mean I don't think he wants to stay.
Oh, okay.
The rebuild, you know what I mean?
They have a chance to pick up his last year. I think his 5th year option. So I think he's going into his 4th year.
Yeah, I think 4th year. I don't think he wants to be a part of a rebuild. You know what I'm saying? So,
gotcha.
But there's always the stuff that we don't know about. You know, maybe something else happened that. Behind the scenes that he's just no, I gotta get up out of here. But
it was some front office stuff. I think it was going down.
Oh, word.
Yeah. But I could see him going somewhere to a division rival watch, like the Packers or the Vikings watch.
That would be crazy.
Packers for sure.
A couple early other ones that they had said was the Ravens, of course, because they just scoop up every linebacker. But I also heard the Falcons. And then there was the Broncos. Actually, the Broncos need linebackers as far as like middle linebackers.
He goes to Broncos. Oh man.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, because they're already going all in with the offense. The defense is already
The
good.
defense is already solid. And
Yeah.
all he missing is him probably should to take him to the next level. Oh, that would be nice, man.
Yeah. So those are some of the early ones, but yeah, it is interesting to see that I guess he came out at the beginning of the year and was like, I want to be a Bear, and he was a full participant in all the things like in April, May, all the different voluntary things. So he felt like he did his part and he's reached an impasse and that they weren't really negotiating in good faith with him. So he's out of there. We'll see if he gets his trade request pretty soon here, hopefully. Somebody that did get a contract extension, though, Sean McVay, it came out today in an interview that he actually signed it earlier this summer, but wanted to kind of wait until Les Snead, the GM, announced his contract extension too. But he is locked up. One of the wonder kids. He's the type of coach where everybody all of a sudden wanted to go get their young, flashy kind of McVay type of coach. But he has been to 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. He has done really well with the Rams. So I'm sure that's well deserved. But I'm curious about the money part too to see how much if he broke the bank or not.
For sure.
I'm pretty sure he did though.
Yeah, I mean he's the type of guy you would want to get, and he's obsessive. He's young, so they can really set themselves up for the long haul potentially there. So Anthony West said he heard a rumor about Roquan Smith to the Steelers for Claypool and picks. That would be interesting. The Steelers are another great.
Well, I don't think they need him. They got Bush, so I don't know. They're kind of the same player, so
true. Yeah, they are. They already. I mean, Steelers are always stacked at defense too.
Hey, man. They'll find it for him. They'll be all right.
Yeah,
but he definitely fit there though.
Let's see. Last on there, we have Justin Tucker at the top. He got re-signed by the Ravens. I guess they were kind of waiting for all the other kickers so that they could just come out and reset the market for kickers. He's making $6 million a year, got 4-year, $24 million extension, highest paid kicker in league history. So
he's the best kicker ever, so he deserves it. Take it, boy. Let's get it.
He definitely is. And when you look at his numbers and the clutch situations too, he's just always coming through. I don't think the money will change that. I think he's gonna keep on doing what he's doing. Pops, in response to McVay, says McVay won't win another Super Bowl. Welcome to the show, Pops. Coming out firing as usual.
Yeah, I don't know about that. He's so young. If he get Bill Belichick age, he got enough time to win at least one more.
True. Yeah, he could coach potentially for a long time coming.
Pops, who's the best kicker ever then?
Pop says I'm not the best kicker ever.
He's the best kicker ever, Pops. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Pops. Like the numbers don't lie. He is actually the best kicker ever.
and also he's just reset the record for longest kick ever too. Like last year.
Yeah.
And
he had so much room after. He had plenty of room.
Yeah. And I think the former record was his too, wasn't it? Like he beat his own record or something like that. Like man.
I thought the other record was the guy from Denver. He had 63, I thought, wasn't it?
I think that was just a couple of years ago, and then before it was this guy from back in like the 60s or something for like the longest time.
Yeah. But he's definitely a Hall of Famer. He's a walking Hall of Famer right now. He's definitely getting in there first ballot.
Yeah,
and that's cool. There's the only kicker who's taken his fantasy in the third, fourth round for whatever reason. Right, that dude was the best ever.
Well, Pops. I think Pops might be saying he's not the best kicker ever because he's been on the Super Bowl rings. So that's why he's talking about that. So that's maybe why if he says that then. But stats wise, I'm definitely think he's the best kicker ever.
Yeah, I think statistically, so far he's got the best ratings, the best, longest, everything. Also, Anthony West says, how about Kareem Hunt trade request? Yes, that was.
He ain't going nowhere.
He did request a trade from the Browns, and the Browns respectfully declined. Basically, they were like, no. And I do think they just have such a luxury having him and Nick Chubb, but it would be better for both of them to stay together, in my opinion.
I think so too.
No, he must send that playbook this year. He ain't got that many plays. So he might try to get out there quick. Yeah.
Get less touches.
Because you got to think about it. Yeah. Because when Nick Chubb was balling, it's like you can't just take him out. You can't take him out, So that's how it's going to be. Like, you got to be who's hot, I guess.
True. And that is the thing for Nick Chubb, too. Like, he's good all the time, but he's best when he can get like 15, 20 carries and he really gets his momentum going because that's when he's going to break one of those, like, after a while. So I don't know, but I just think I think Hunt, like, where do you go? I don't know. But I don't know if he's just looking for
he got to remember too, like he's lucky that the Browns gave him that second shot. Like, who knows? Like, I know a lot of people kind of, years go by, people start to forget and stuff, but it might actually be kind of difficult for him to find a landing spot. You know what I mean? Because he comes with some baggage. So,
yeah.
Who knows?
I think hopefully his baggage is over with. But oh, that's where he's gonna get traded to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta be careful. It's like, keep your mouth shut. Just be glad you still got a job.
I think he not saying what he did was right, but I think if you watch what he did, it wasn't bad as people say it was. It was right. It was like a tap to me, but anyway, he was in a bad position. But I think he'll get picked up somewhere. I mean, if he had a shot, but I don't think he's going to, because the NFL is a 2-back league now. If you don't have 2 backs, you ain't like back in the day when Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith was the only back. So you definitely need 2 backs, and the Browns know that. So especially they don't know they're going to have Watson or not. So you can't lose Kareem Hunt too. So
and Kareem Hunt got receiver hands, so it's just one of them things. It's like it's hard to give somebody like that who can actually run the ball too. Like, Kareem Hunt is a beast. Like,
most definitely. So that's what's up though. I like it though. Anthony West says Chiefs only released him because he lied about the situation.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't realize there was video.
You imagine though, Kareem Hunt still at the Chiefs right now with Patrick Mahomes? That's crazy.
Well, it would have been a lot different for sure.
Wow.
Well, we can say that
without their running game too. Like,
I was about to say, yeah, I was like, well, like, they wouldn't. He would have been okay, but to me, it still have been a thorn team. I don't think they would have been running the ball as much.
I don't know. Only reason why I say that is because Kareem Hunt is still better than every running back they've had since he left. Yeah, so, like, he definitely better. He better than every
I wouldn't say definitely, because I'm saying I don't think that team is a running back team. So you can't say he's better because they
drastically different.
No, because I think to me it's a blessing in disguise, because I think getting rid of him, because he was a decent running back, you wouldn't have threw the ball as much. So I think that was a good thing. They showed they can throw the ball. But when you have Kelsey, you had Tyreek Hill and Poole and all those guys, and Anthony might say different, but I just think they're gonna always be a throwing team because you got the best quarterback in the NFL. So you're not gonna run it. So whoever came over there, even Kareem Hunt was there, I still think he got as much touches. That one game he had with when Wishcon was in the quarterback back then against the Patriots, he had that big run. That's all everybody knew about him. He had a big run. It wasn't like they was feeding him. He had a couple of long runs, so that's why we know who he was. But gotcha. I don't know. But I do say he is the best running back. But I'm saying, like, number wise, I don't think he would have had a lot of numbers either. So that makes sense.
I think what I'm trying to say, I think he's just one of those guys that was like, you remember like before they had Patrick Mahomes, right? Dude was like, he was running the ball crazy. He was catching 60-yard bombs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see that a lot. And like, only other running back I've seen catch a 60-yard pass is CMC. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see that a lot. Mm-hmm. So I just feel like even if they're not running the ball, because you're right, they've never been a real like running back, like hard-nosed running back team. Yeah. But he still brings that like an extra option to throw to, because he's just another receiver. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's another reason why I think he'd just be like perfect for what they're doing now, because he literally is great ground runner and he can catch the ball like at any level.
But you don't think the guy from LSU is a better receiver running back than he is?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not saying he is or isn't. I don't watch the Chiefs like that. That'd be an Anthony Weston question, but I think the dude from LSU who's good, I don't think he's better than Hunt though.
Well, I wouldn't say all around back he's not, but I'm saying receiver back.
I got you.
I think he might have been better.
I don't know. Good question. I'm gonna let 802 take that one.
Mr. Weston can chime in on that one for sure.
Yeah.
But that's what's up though. I do think I don't think he's gonna. I like that they just came out right away and were like, no, like we're not trading.
Well, what happens with that when you request a trade? They're like, nah. So now you got to go back in the locker room and be like, hey, dude, you want a trade? Like, we don't get committed to you. Right. So it's gonna be tension now.
It kind of is. I think that's what they're mostly banking on. Oh, go ahead, Serena.
No, I said his playbook just got shorter too. They were like, "Oh, you want to trade?"
Yeah, like you're not a team player.
Yeah, like okay, we got you.
But I do think that's what the players are banking on. Like, oh, I'm gonna make this awkward, so they do get rid of me. But I don't know. They're just like, nah, you're gonna take that paycheck. And you're gonna do your job. So
Anthony said he misses him, so I guess he rather him to have him now too.
I just remember like I don't know. I just remember him having like Hunt had 1,000 yards his first season. I was all on pace for first year with Pat. So like it was pretty crazy. Like after all that crap went down, you know what I mean? Like I just remember being like, "Dang, dog, you really messed up. Like you were in such a perfect situation because you already know how much of a genius in a sense Andy Reid is. Like you had the perfect situation, perfect team, perfect offense, and like he messed that up. And even being in the Browns, like where they're I'd say the Browns are a run first offense. Like he still has good games where he's actually running the ball, not just catching it. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
and that's sharing the load with another, in my opinion, top 5 running back in the league right now. And you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. It'd be crazy to see him being number 1 somewhere else, kind of see what he's still got left because he's still a really good running back.
Right. Speaking of running backs, did you guys see that video of the Detroit Lions running back? How he kind of trying. I felt kind of 2 ways about this situation. I felt what he was trying to do. He's talking about the record, but when I seen the cry, like it wasn't like one of those passionate cries when you looking mad and tears coming down. It was more of a like his voice cracked and he was really crying,
like broken up cry. Yeah.
So. Me as when I play football, if I was sitting there, I'm laughing. Like I still see your passion though, but you are really crying. Yeah. So I don't know I would have took it a little serious. Because like I say, I know, like he said I would ran people over as I'm crying. I do believe that, but it still kind of threw me off a little bit. Because I see people who is passionate and get into it and is crying. But like you still like into it, but he's really like he had the ugly cry too. Like it was.
I missed this. What happened with this? I missed this.
It was a good speech. So it was like basically they were coming off the field at practice, and he was like doing the breakdown at practice, and he was basically just like, every time I get tired, I think about our record last year. Like every time I'm doing this and this, I think about our record. And he started like crying at the end, kind of, and he was like, even though I'm emotional, like this
I love you guys.
I care about it, and I love you guys, and we're gonna be better. We can do it, type of thing. So
and then it was like break, and he was still crying, like he was walking away, like still like
he was ugly crying.
Yeah, it was the ugly cry is like it's one of them cries. So I just kind of
your mouth open,
he definitely did that after that break. He definitely did that.
Yeah.
So it just threw me off a little bit because it was very emotional. But
it was a good video though. Like I did think it was interesting though too. I was like, dang, like he was like really going through it last year. Like he still feels that pain fresh in his soul,
Bro, losing sucks, man. Like at any level, you know what I'm saying? So like you lose that many games. I'm sure it was tough on everybody, but especially too, like when you look at the Lions team, like they have talent, you know what I'm saying? Like they got talent. Like they're young, they're extremely young.
Played hard.
Hey, they had the best running back ever. They had the best receiver ever. They always have talent. That don't mean nothing.
That's true.
That talent don't mean anything. They had Matt Stafford. He left the first year he left. Look what he did.
He got Super Bowl, right?
They just doomed. Like I know something you say. This is your year. Like with the Cowboys, we haven't won 25 years, but we can still say, hey, we gotta. They never do anything. Like they never do anything.
True.
Like they will never be. It's like the Cardinals. They will never do it. Just never.
Well, fan base is loyal though. That's for sure. Got to give them credit.
You got it. Yeah, you definitely. Because just imagine it being a true diehard fan for the Detroit Lions. Like you have to have a mental problem, and you have to. Yes, true. Put it like that. Pain. That's pain.
Yeah.
To see your 2 best players ever come to your organization, they quit on y'all. They didn't retire. They quit on y'all. That's pain. Like you're right. That hurts.
That's a different kind of pain.
Oh, Pops is on me today. I gotta quit saying this stuff because he's on me today.
I do want to welcome in Up from Texas. That's funny. He said, I gotta stop saying this stuff. Anthony West says the Lions coach is emotional like that too. Yeah, Dan Campbell, ex-Cowboy, he's pretty cool. And Hard Knocks brings out the emotion. That's true. They probably were showing him like replays of all their failures before they went out on practice that day, get him geared up. Pop says Mark Sanders is not the best running back ever. Needs someone to score short touchdowns for him. Overrated. Dang.
Well, let me say the best for that organization. That's what I meant to say.
Their best running back ever for sure.
Yeah, their best running back ever.
So that's what's up. But I am excited to seeing some action this weekend, seeing some of the rookies out there. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of starters playing in this first one, but we'll get to see some football out there. So I'll definitely be watching on Saturday for the Dallas game for sure.
Yeah. Same.
Did the Cowboys play in the stadium this week?
I think they brought Camp back to the Star, like the.
Oh, okay. I seen Dez. He had the 88. Yesterday was 88 day because August 8th and all that. But he had the jersey on with Lamb on there, and he was like, "Let's go!" And it was in the stadium. So I was like, "Did we have a game yesterday?"
Yeah, they were there. They were at the Star though, but they basically this last week of camp they were doing it there, and then I think they're gonna have a split practice with the Broncos like today or tomorrow or the next day too. So that should be interesting. That's always a fun day when they could finally hit somebody else basically because they've been going at each other in practice all summer. So that's what's up. Anthony West giving a little bit of love. The Lions won an NFL championship in 1957, but that had to be before the merger. So.
Anything before 1975 don't count.
All right, that's too funny. All right, let's keep it moving though. Let's hit up our lightest topic of the week before we get this thing continued down the track. Let's see. All right, NBA talk now. We've talked about it. We're deep in the offseason. There's not too much news on the KD front, but there is, well, not the KD trade front, but there was some new kind of drama coming out there that I'm going to let Strizzy break down for you guys in a minute. But as we're doing that, I do want to say that we put out all the different jerseys that have been announced so far as the throwback uniforms and the different things. So I did want to just kind of do kind of like we did with the helmets, get our opinions about these jerseys and kind of say maybe what our favorite one might be. I think there's more to be coming, but I did want to get your guys' and the Slackers' opinions on those. The Cavs jerseys all look like practice jerseys to me, so I'm going to say those are the worst off the bat for me. But Strizzy, which ones do you like out of these?
The Bucks one's dope. The Lakers one's actually really dope too. It was probably my two favorites out of the bunch that we've seen so far. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why. I've never been a fan of the Utah franchise at all, so it's just hard for me to like this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. I'm just a big hater of their team, but yeah, man, the LA Lakers one and the Bucks one for me is super dope.
Gotcha. Anthony West said, yeah, the UCLA Lakers one. Yeah. Marcus, which one are you feeling? Are you feeling any of these so far?
No. Because every one of them besides the Bucks has already been shown before. It's all like San Antonio, we've seen it before. The Laker one, we've seen that before too. Because they had that one with the when they were Minneapolis, I think it was.
Yeah,
isn't it kind of similar to that?
Well, actually, I think it was their first year in LA when they came back.
Okay.
Their first time there wearing that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So and the Warriors one has already been seen before too. So it's just, I guess you call them throwback. And the Washington one is that a pink or is that?
It's like a pink one for the rose blossoms that come in Washington D.C. So it's like an all pink one.
Yeah, I would say the Bucks. Then that's the only one I would say. Like I said, and a big C for the Cavaliers. We've seen it already when LeBron was there.
Right.
So yeah, they can throw all those in the trash.
Kelly likes the Lakers one too,
except for the Bucks. And that's the only one I think will kind of dope. I guess that's a little. I'm saying the wrong word, but the little antlers or horns.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Antlers, yeah.
So. I do like the Bucks one too, especially when you put the shorts with it. Like it looks really cool.
Yeah,
I think those are pretty dope. I like the Lakers one. I kind of like the Jazz one with the mountain on it though, because it just
I'm gonna show y'all something too. That Spurs one. I said that it's all throwback.
Got you. Let's see. Anthony West says Spurs are cool. George Gervin. Mom says cherry blossoms. Yeah, what did I said rose blossoms. My bad. The cherry blossoms.
I know what you meant.
And yeah, the Washington Nationals did the same one. So actually, this picture, the funny thing is, this picture, I originally in this picture I had to edit it down, but he was standing next to Juan Soto. Oh dang! See, Marcus, you're already on it.
Yeah.
Yep. See, you were ready with that one. So it is the same one from that one. But dang, Marcus, I didn't know you had the throwbacks like that.
Yeah, so I was like, that's something already out. So
Got you. That's what's up, though. I like that. But yeah, the Nationals did a Cherry Blossoms jersey too, and they had Bradley Beal standing next to Juan Soto, so I had to take him out. They had to edit him out of that one too, that promo.
dang.
But yeah, I'll put on some other ones if other ones come out, because there's not that many so far. It's only like really 6 or 7 so far that we've seen, plus the Detroit Pistons one that we talked about before. But other than that, nothing really too new.
Do you think the Cavaliers and the Utah ones, you think those are practice jerseys? Or you think that they're going to wear those in the game?
No, they're going to wear them in the game. Like the Utah ones too, like the all yellow one, it just looks weird. Like, I don't know. But yeah, those are going to be their game jerseys. So, and the Cavs ones too, they do look like unfinished. They just look too plain, like almost just like, I don't know.
So look like practice jerseys.
Yeah. So, one other thing too on here, Toronto, they do have this rule in place, and it is going to affect NBA players once again, that if they're not vaccinated, they're not going to be able to travel to play games with the Raptors. Now, this only kind of came into effect at the end of last year, because at the beginning, the Raptors are actually playing in Tampa Bay, their home games. But now that they're moving and they're going to have the full season in Toronto, that is going to be a problem if players are not vaccinated. So we'll see about that.
Somebody want to go to Canada anyway.
Yeah, I know. I just wonder, like it's affected baseball a little bit recently, but I don't know how much it will affect the NBA. But they try to protect their players from having to like announce that they really, aren't vaccinated. So we'll see. I don't know. Except for Kyrie, they did him. We know how that happened. But
we know how that went.
But let's talk about the KD thing. Strizzy, do you want to talk about KD's new like kind of drama over there in Brooklyn?
Yeah, seeing KD basically hit them with the ultimatum. You know what I mean? He's like, if you're not going to be able to get rid of me, then you got to get rid of Steve Nash. I think the general manager. And I think it just kind of talks about what we already knew, last year, in a sense of like Steve Nash just not really coaching them, not really having much of a scheme for them on offense or defense. He really just focused on the talent that he had and hoped that the talent would be enough to get him to the promised land. And as you can see, the 2 years in a row of them going out when they went out, I think like I kind of had a piece to deal with it. So KD basically gave the ultimatum, him or them, and we'll see what happens in the next coming days.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think he's just trying to put more pressure to get traded.
Yeah.
But it's like, dang, you want to coach them yourselves? Like, you want to be the GM? Like, you're not in that position of power anymore. So I don't know. I think it's just more pressure to try to get him out. But it's like, where is he going to go? I still don't see like a realistic landing spot that seems better. But Marcus, how do you feel about the situation?
I think he's really trying to. He said something like that's something crazy, like the GM and the coach, like he knows it's not going to happen. So they definitely want to try to trade him. So I think it's only 2 teams really that can really give up some pieces that will be fair. I think that's the Lakers were giving up AD and some other players and maybe some draft picks. That's, to me, it'll be even. That's something. Then the Warriors also, like Wiggins and Poole and those guys, get to give a fair trade, I think. So anywhere else, they're gonna want too much, I think. So unless you do like a 16 trade type of thing, but I don't know. I don't think he can come back, because if they keep Nash, you know what I'm saying, you come back to play, that's gonna be weird. So
yeah.
I think he's gonna go somewhere, but I think we won't know until probably real late, until maybe right before training camp and stuff starts there. But I don't think we'll know anytime soon.
Gotcha.
It's funny. I was actually kind of falling into the whole the Warriors trade. When Marcus talked about this, I think 2-3 weeks ago or so. But then I really started thinking. I was like, I don't think they'd give Wiggins up. I know it's like you think about it, it's like, no, that's KD. Like, you give up whoever for KD. But I'm like, I think Wiggins really proved last year in just playing defense and being like the perfect role player, like not a good role player. I feel like he was like the perfect role player for them. Especially with Clay coming back, not being 100%. I think there were some games where they were really able to lean on Wiggins. To play both right now, because he was also guarding their best player night in and night out too. So I feel like I feel like Marcus is still right. He could still go back, but I also felt they're not like, nah, we ain't giving up X amount of players and picks because the Nets want 5 first-round picks too. So it's not just players. They want 5 first-round picks for KD. Yeah. And that's from every team. They asked for 5 from the Suns. They asked for 5 from Miami. They asked 5. I can't. There was a third team. I think the Bucks too. I think the Bucks were in there for a second. But they were asking 5 first-round picks from every team. So I'm like, that's a lot of first-round picks, dog.
They did do 5, but the way they go with the other teams, you can kind of mix it in together. So there's no way teams can give up 5, you know. Yeah. So I know that the Suns had a way they can give up 2 plus Mikal Bridges and Cam Payne. Yeah, and I think 2 draft picks. So it wasn't 5, but I think they'll figure it out. But I don't know, man. I would say
not come down though.
Yeah, I still would say Lakers, Warriors. That's my 2 top right now. I don't think he want to go somewhere. He want to kind of build them up a little bit. He want to win. Wherever he goes next year, they want to win. You know, like that. Right. So that's on team I think he can go to. They can win again right away.
It kind of sucks too because I feel like a lot of teams that are like dead interested in him are kind of suffering for it too. Because like Miami hasn't made a single move yet because they're trying to get him. But I'm like, if we can't get KD, like it kind of sucks. We're literally going into next season with the exact same team.
Yeah.
And without PJ, you know what I mean? So we lost PJ, so he's gone. So who played like really good defense for us last year. So
man, Heartless. SLAC, man. God dang, that's messed up.
Just send him to Sacramento. Yeah, Anthony West says they doubt that they want to mess with the chemistry. Right. And I don't know. Nash isn't the worst coach in the NBA. That's true, but I guess it's not.
He said he is the worst coach, right?
Nash is worst coach in the NBA. Oh, I don't know. I mean, that might be a hard. I don't know, because like Strizzy talked about too. Nash didn't really have a plan other than like ISO ball and like hope you guys just are better than other guys.
It really set it off for me when KD had that huge game, not last season, but the season before that, the playoffs, and he was like all hugging KD, like
thank you, like you're my only player.
Around that man, like I thank you so much. Like that was.
But it'll all be different right now. If he hits that 3, they go to the finals. We won't be saying that he's a bad coach. I think we're saying he's a like Spoelstra type of thing. I think he the right team. You make that shot and say if they all healthy, we all know basketball. They're not losing if all 3 of those guys healthy. He got a bad break. KD was hurt and James was hurt and Kyrie hurt. He never had them healthy all around. So say if he did have all 3 of those guys healthy, like Spoelstra had LeBron, Bosh, and Wade. Just imagine if one of them went down, it probably be the same thing too. You know, he probably wouldn't have been a good coach, but. Yeah. I just think if they healthy, we might be saying something different right now.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree. And that's how much it can change, right? Because then after that, it's all gone downhill. One of the things you guys talked about, though, too, is this trade kind of holding up free agency. We've been highlighting over the past couple of weeks, like different players that are still kind of out there, still in the free agency world. This week I brought out 3 new ones. We have Dennis Schroeder, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Carmelo Anthony.
Trash can.
I think they all are basically the top of the heap right now. They're the top of the heap, but I think they're still going to get jobs once anything happens.
No, I don't want to get in the job with Schroeder.
The rest of for Aldridge?
It's trash. Put him in the dumpster.
That's what I'm saying. Top of the heap, but you got to reach down there sometime.
Nah. Carmelo, put him in the trash can. They're not playing.
Going back to the Knicks. Carmelo's going back to the Knicks.
I don't know wherever he goes, he's not gonna do nothing. That little thing he had with Portland, that was it. Like it was like the end of the tank. Like he entered everything he had. It's over with. Aldridge with that hard stuff, man. Go sit down somewhere, man.
He's over.
The Spurs. The Spurs, he left his whole soul at the Spurs. He ain't got nothing. And the only reason I say Schroeder said because he's younger, he might do something. His contract he gave up to 84 at the Lakers, trash. But he ain't got nothing left.
Right.
Those 3
that kind of broke his heart too. That put
it break your mental. Like I could have had 80 from the Lakers, not from any of the other. The Lakers could have gave me 84, and I got what? How much he get? 2?
Yeah,
he got like nothing. And what sucks too is he didn't even play well enough to get another contract. Like
right, exactly. You're right because he had to play better to get another contract. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Dang, man.
Yeah, I mentioned this a while ago, and Pops is absolutely right. He said, "I hope Simmons gets out of there too." I keep forgetting Simmons is even on that team, bro. Like, I don't know why I keep forgetting.
I know
he is there too.
I know Pops loves Simmons. I see why he likes Simmons, but he trash too. He can go in the trash can too.
No way.
The only reason I'm saying this is because last year he could have tried to play and say, I'm not feeling it, y'all. He didn't even try. The way he was being a fashion icon, that was terrible. That was terrible. Like I said, I did like him as a player, but I lost respect for him. Like he didn't even give it a shot. He didn't come out with the team or uniform on, nothing. He came out with Gucci and all this. He trash. Nobody care about him. I don't think he'll play. I don't think he's gonna play again. I think his career is over.
He's got to.
You don't have a choice.
You think he'll play again?
I will say this though. I feel like regardless of the situation in Philly, he should have been playing. At
least tried.
He could have been like gone out there and just hooped. Like that's it. Just go out there and hoop. Like KD always says, I don't care about nothing. I'm a hooper. I'm here to play basketball for the love of the game. Like I just don't feel like that love of the game is there for him.
No, but the love of the money should at least carry him out there. And that's why I think he is going to play again because he's going to have to go out there. He's going to get healthy at some point. He's going to have
when though. Like when? Like I don't think he robbed the NBA. He robbed them playing in daylight. And he's not going to play no more.
And he might be back on his way to Australia too with that bag. Either way,
yeah, I really don't. Because to me, if he's going to play, he would try last year. I think he knows in his head, he know he's not going to play. He know he's done playing.
Maybe not.
I feel like sometimes too. I feel like when you got I don't know. I feel like if I got a chance to play with dudes like Kyrie and KD, like I'm trying to convince them too. Like, look, like we're gonna be all right. Like. I'm gonna be better than Harden. I don't know. I'm trying to convince them in some way or fashion. Like, look, just give it another year. We're gonna be fine. Injuries are kind of screwed us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be trying to like that's probably the most overall talent he's gonna play together. You know what I'm saying? His career. Like, I know Embiid is nice. I know Pops, can't stand Embiid, but from a talent perspective, Embiid is still nice. But like KD and Kyrie, like, I'd be excited for that. I'd be trying to get on the floor. Like,
I agree. I feel like if he would have played when he first went over there, I feel like he could have made a difference for them a little bit.
Yes, just to play a little defense, a little defense. That would have helped. We'll take them and win, but
take the ball out of KD's hand. KD was playing too much of that point forward. Like that's not his role.
Right. Set him up a little bit more.
Yeah.
But some good comments in the chat real quick. Unk said tired of these guys not fulfilling contracts. Anthony Wesson. Why wouldn't they hire an experienced coach for that team that they put together? Scott Brooks was available. That could have made a difference for Brooklyn too.
KD don't like Scott Brooks. That's why that didn't happen.
He was like, I'm done with him.
Yeah, he's done with him.
That's a good point.
Let's see. Unk says Udoka's an old school coach. They would have gotten rid of him. They're too soft for him. Unk says Haslam will hopefully coach someday. I mean, he basically is a coach. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and assistant coach right now.
He basically is. He's been getting paid. Like, I mean, he's been a player coach for the past 3 years. Played like 5 minutes.
They've been playing old school. They've been playing classic games, and they showed when the Heat played the Bulls, and UD had the braids and had that free throw shot he's always hit. I said that's the UD we remember right there, dog.
Right.
That UD gone, man.
Bro, this Haslam reminds me of that old uncle who sees like the youngins playing at the family reunion, and he just come up for one quick shot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He just come up and get one shot, young blood.
I still got it.
Yeah, hits that one shot, just leaves for the rest of the night, and you don't see him again ever. Like,
right?
But he was never. I don't think he ever hit more than 20 points in the game in the NBA. Like he wasn't that guy. He just a nice. Solid, teammate.
Solid role player. He's a solid role player.
No, but that's what's up. But definitely we'll see what happens next with the NBA talk. Not too anything too crazy, but yeah, I think the Nets maybe they do force their hand. I think maybe it does. Oh, Pops, really quick, he wants to part off with this. I don't think Haslam can coach. He's a big mouth dude, kind of guy. Doesn't understand what it takes to coach or develop players. And That's so true because a lot of times that's why the people that weren't as good in the NBA or weren't as good as players end up being better coaches because they know how to like actually translate the game, you know?
Yeah,
I agree with Pops all the way to the developed players. He ain't doing nothing else. He obviously developed players. What else he doing there?
Yeah,
I agree with everything else but that develop. I think he's seen how it happens because he ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, that's funny. Alex says we should play basketball during Thanksgiving break. That's the last time I went out on the court. So
That's the last time I played too, man. I gave all my all. I don't know.
Once a year we might step out. We'll see.
Yeah, I've been doing it. I've been doing it every year for the last couple of years. So if you're gonna be out here during Thanksgiving, man, let me know.
Yeah, I just gotta.
I bet your uncle hoop too. I bet you get that hard fouls. You know, you get on here, young blood. I could tell. On probably you get them hard fouls, man.
Oh, I bet. All right, that's what's up though. Let's go ahead and get up to our last topic of the night. Let's see.
So what's next again?
Other sports?
Oh yeah, other sports. Okay, so not football.
Yeah, not basketball. We did that already.
Oh, okay, like hockey.
Yeah, like hockey. Feel me?
Okay, like baseball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like soccer, right?
There we go.
Like soccer.
Like other sports. All right, other sports. We got a couple quick things to talk about. Definitely got to hit up on the Serena Williams news from today. Now, yesterday she actually played and she won her first singles match of 2022 in a warm-up kind of tournament in Toronto. Today she comes out on the cover of Vogue and has basically a big article announcing her retirement / transition / evolution away from tennis. But basically not said that she is or has retired, but basically that she's leaning towards that and that it's coming very soon. So the US Open is at the end of this month. I think she's preparing for that. I think maybe she's hoping that she can like summon up that courage and strength one last time, maybe win the US Open and then go out on top like that. But what do you guys think about Serena Williams' news today about her evolution away from tennis?
About time. I'm sorry. I love her and everything, but after the baby, she's not the same. So I just think I'm happy she's giving it up now. I want her to get that last Grand Slam thing, but I think it's best for her to walk away from it. She's still the greatest tennis player ever. They can never take that away from her, but I think she knows. Like I know you've been playing since she was 4 years old. Like that's all you know. So you don't want to go out on your own terms, but she knows she's probably lost at the step. So, but yeah, I think I get my daughter ready, man. That's all I'm working on.
Yeah, and I think she did mention, a few times in the article that her daughter wants to be a big sister too. I think she's gonna, go back to grow her family. At this point in this stage in her life and her career, like she's got to kind of make that choice. So, but in Strizzy, did you have any thoughts on Serena?
Yeah, man, I feel like it's been, I think we all really wanted her to get that last Grand Slam. You know what I mean? But I think it's been tough watching her. Like she is one of those very few competitors that you get to see in like all sports, right? Like for her, it was women's tennis. You obviously see like Kobe and Jordan in basketball. You don't get to see a lot of competitors like that in the game. And I feel like she's given a lot to it. She's given basically, like Marcus said, her whole life to it since 4 years old. Like that's a really long time. Mm-hmm. So like it's definitely about time. And I feel like this is, what's next. You know what I mean? Like I think we all kind of want to see like what's next for her after tennis. So I think it's sad for her, but I'm excited for it. Kind of sucks seeing her still competing and like ending out early and not doing as well as she like or we all want her to do. So it's about that time.
Yeah, agreed. Anthony Weston says, "Yeah, will be a sad day. Love watching her compete." Stephanie Washington, I agree. It's time these young bucks are coming too. That's for sure. Like
they coming.
She's that type of competitor that she doesn't want to compete at that level if she's not going to be winning. So kind of like Unc said too, Serena leaving on her own terms. Kelly, so glad you didn't cut out little Olympia in the pic. She's the real star. Yeah, she was like helping out with the.
That's her name, Olympia?
Yeah, Olympia is her 5-year-old daughter now. So
she's 5?
Already. Yeah, so
already.
I think it is time. And I was just thinking about that earlier today, like dang, like how when she won that Grand Slam when she was 2 months pregnant, and now it's already been that much time since, and kind of seeing her struggle to get back to her top competitive form that she wanted to play at. So that's rough. Pop says both Williams sisters got cheated out of many wins. Serena may not get the official record, but clearly is the greatest of all time. Yeah. Definitely for sure. Greatest female tennis player, maybe the greatest female athlete just at her level.
Yeah, true athlete.
Dominance.
Yeah. So is she tied or she one behind somebody?
She's tied. So she needs one more to break the record.
Okay.
So, but it is pretty crazy. Her first Grand Slam she'd won was 1999 at the U.S. Open. So I'm just like, man, wouldn't it be such a Cinderella story? Life isn't like that all the time, but if she could somehow win the U.S. Open and walk away like that, that would just be incredible. So I'm hoping to see it. So we'll see.
I'll try too.
Kelly Williams, yeah, her clothing line is awesome, that's for sure. And she talked about her venture capital firm in this as well, how she kind of wants to be more about her business as well. So that's what's up. Some comments about Osaka there from Anthony and Pops too. So yeah, let's see what else we got on here. The Padres. Oh yeah, Juan Soto, he made his debut for the Padres, but they did get swept by the Dodgers over the weekend, and it's kind of interesting. Like they loaded up and made all these trades to kind of put themselves as a measuring stick against the Dodgers, and that's ultimately who they need to get through to get out of their division and to get to the World Series. And getting swept by the Dodgers right away isn't probably the best look, but we'll see how it goes. It's still a lot of time before the playoffs. So Unk asked how Ohtani is pitching this year. He's pitching great again.
Yeah.
Still striking out a lot of guys. Like Ohtani is just crazy. Like it's crazy how well he can both pitch and hit. And I hope that he inspires more players to do both, honestly. Like I think some players are limited like in the past, like through their development or whatever, like coaches at the high school level, they're like, you got to pick one. So maybe this will let people kind of try to do both pitch and hit. So
I had one question about the college football whenever you come back to it.
Yeah, let's talk about it now. I did throw up the rankings up there. September 3rd is the first official week, but that August 26th weekend, there are going to be some games that week 0 game, like Nebraska and Hawaii. A few other teams are playing. But that's the schedule as it is right now that's the polls from the AP poll. But Marcus, what were you going to say? How
does Notre Dame get that high? They trash every year. Like, how is it recruiting? That's what make them get up there, or why? Like, why they?
I'd say it's their name, bro. Like, it's their history.
Terrible. I hate
their name and their history because they don't ever play nobody. No,
they always rank so high, then all of a sudden they never rank. Like, that's terrible, man.
Well, this year
they do rank. They ain't play nobody.
They are starting off with Ohio State this year, so I don't think that they'll be.
Oh, that's the first game?
Their first game this year is Ohio State, so that and it's at home. Notre Dame is at home, so it's gonna be a big game. But I think that they'll be falling down a little bit on the rankings right away.
Yeah, I hope they get smacked.
Me too.
So,
I know. AW hate Ohio State, right?
I don't like either, to be perfectly honest. I definitely don't like Ohio State, but I'm not really feeling Notre Dame. I do think that their name rates them higher, and I do think that, which we'll see probably in the next 2 or 3 years, they're going to have to join a conference if they want to keep going like this. Like they're not going to be independent the way they are.
And the other thing I was going to say, if you win that championship, you should be number one automatically. It shouldn't be like, you won last year, they might beat you, so like they should be number one. So I don't get the Georgia number 3.
Yeah, it's interesting. They did get Alabama 54 first place votes. They definitely got them as the far and away.
Who did those votes?
Yeah, but it's interesting too. Texas all the way down to 18th, but they still got one first place vote somehow too. So somebody's out there rooting for your Longhorns.
Hey, hooker baby.
It might not make sense, but okay. But that's cool. I'm also glad to see Michigan up there again, though. I hope Michigan does well again, maybe beats Ohio State again. But definitely excited for college football. Georgia and Oregon, too, is the first game that Georgia plays. So that number 3 versus number 12 matchup should be pretty cool, too.
And I think Utah, they play good every year. They never get a shot to go up there. They belong there because they give it all they got. But, their division or whatever, they never get a shot to play in like a big game. But I think they should stay. They always go undefeated, so they should be up there.
That's good stuff. Let's see. Mom's over here said, "Do you see Texas got Winford? Who is that guy?"
We see it. We see it, Moms. We see it.
Let's see. And Unk also asking, why is Notre Dame always ranked? Let's see. But I'm just excited for college football. It'll be here soon.
I think I'm more excited for college football than NFL this year.
Than NFL this year, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because of the just.
It's different because Alabama they win last year, so it's a different dog. It's a different sheriff from town. So I just like that whole thing, you know. So it's something different gonna happen. Teams moving around, so I just like that this year. I think it'll be kind of cool.
It should be. It should be for sure. I did want to talk about live golf. Oh, Unk says Wake Forest is Tim Duncan playing football now. Actually, Wake Forest Demon Deacons have a pretty good football team too. They've been putting together a better program.
They ACC?
Yeah, ACC. Okay. Yeah. So they've been kind of steadily, getting better. So that's what's up with that. Down here in the bottom left, we have a couple of golfers that had broken away from live. And they did put together like an injunction. They were trying to put a lawsuit against the PGA Tour to get into the FedEx playoffs, which starts this weekend. And they were actually denied that request today. So earlier today, they were denied. And I agree with that. They knew they were going to be suspended. So, and the interesting thing they did too, though, is they waited until a couple of days before this next tournament was going to start to put the lawsuit into place. And I think that they were hoping they would get like a swift judgment and maybe, kind of sneak back in. They got their swift judgment, but they did not get to be back in the FedEx playoffs. But the playoffs are starting this week. And what is there? There's 3 events, Marcus, I think it is, that they'll do.
I think it's 2. I thought it was 2.
Okay.
No, you're right. It's 3. It's right. It's a BMW. It's the I forget the other 2. It's the FedEx Cup, and then it's one more. So yeah, it's 3. I forget the second one that's going on, but yeah.
And that pretty much wraps up the PGA Tour for this year once these next 3 tournaments, these next 3 weekends happen. So that's what's up. I hope my boy Tony Finau does good.
He's been on a hot streak. They saying this for sure that Westcombe leaving. I'm surprised he's leaving Cam Smith.
Yeah, Cam Smith has been – the rumor is he's been lured away to go to live. But it still hasn't been confirmed. So maybe he's just waiting.
I think he's going to wait till after. Yeah. It'll be smart, too. Even though everybody know, I think it'll be kind of smart. And it'll be a big distraction if he's trying to, he want to go ahead and try to win because he's in position to win it. So, of course, you don't want to mess it up by not being able to do it. So, I think he's going to wait. It'd be kind of crazy. He win the cup and then he leaves. That'll be gangster a little bit.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. I hope that's what he does, and I hope he charges more money too. Like, hey, I'm more valuable now than I was when you first offered.
Exactly.
So we'll see. The last thing I have on here is NASCAR this weekend. Kevin Harvick won the Firekeepers 400, but Bubba Wallace did have pole position. He started in first, and he had a really good day. Ended up in second, but wasn't able to run down the leader in last 20 laps. There was a restart. And wasn't able to kind of get Kevin Harvick, but that's what's up. He's doing good. He's getting closer and closer to winning that race, that live race. He does have 1 win under his belt, but that was kind of due to he was leading during a rain delay. I want to see him take a checkered flag and really actively win a race. But he is getting closer and closer. He kind of felt like he let his team down there, but I think he did pretty good. So yeah, that's what's up with that.
It's a race coming here soon too. I'm gonna try to go to it.
Yeah. So basically, during the playoffs, actually the championship, it's like in late October or early November, I think. And that race is going to decide who wins the NASCAR championship. So it's going to be here in Phoenix, and it's a lot of fun, Marcus. I think you will enjoy it. And let me know. We might have to go out there.
Especially something along like that. I think it's going to be like kind of high electricity. So I wanted to check it out.
Yeah, for sure. As long as it doesn't conflict with a Cowboys game. I'm
exactly
depending on how it goes.
So basically, when you go to a race, how is it an all day thing?
No, it takes about 3 hours.
Oh, that ain't bad, man. I thought it'd be all day.
Yeah, no, you can pull up like middle of the race too if you want to, like to make it easier just to get in or whatever, and then you can just see like the last half or whatever.
That's something I would probably do. Give me the last 5 laps. Let me see
get there for like the whole start your engines or when they bring all the drivers out and stuff. It does take a while before they are set, but once they're racing, it goes pretty fast. So,
and I see people who have headphones on. Do you have to have headphones? Is it that loud around there?
You don't have to, but you probably prefer it. You can even bring like noise canceling headphones like yours if you want to, and you can hook up your Bluetooth and like listen to the race on your phone, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So then that way you can kind of hear what's going on, and then you kind of save your ears too. But it is fun. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's hella loud though. Like, without them, like you'll leave and like you can't hear. Those engines are crazy loud. That's insane.
Yeah, it's like going to a concert for sure. Like if you were just to not wear nothing. So, but that's what's up. So we made it. We're just about on time. We're right at an hour now. So, that's what it is. Sorry about the technical difficulties at the beginning for me there. I don't know why all my stuff wanted to just like shut off, but that's okay. It'd be like that sometimes.
It's all good.
Let's see. I don't know. Do we want to go out in any type of news?
Yeah, we gotta go on BG, man. She got that 9, man.
Let's talk about it real quick. Well, we don't have to talk about it real quick because there's going to be a lot to unpack. But I did forget to mention that, or did forget to put her on the slide, but definitely did want to mention Brittany Griner given 9 years in prison. What do you guys think? You think she's going to serve it?
Never. No, I think she'll do another like 3 to 4 months. I think they on the background right now working, trying to see how they're gonna do it. Because I think you have to have a sentence before you can go and get her. You know, you gotta see what they're gonna do. So they know now they ain't get no sympathy. You know, they just like 9 years. That's a long time. There's no way she's doing 9 years in Russia. You know, so I think they're gonna go ahead. I think they're trying to figure out when they do that swap thing how they talk to people. That guy they trying to swap. He did a lot of bad stuff. So I think they gotta kind of get things cool with other people, how they gonna react to that kind of stuff, and how, you know, like that. And I know they're saying, I want to get to in her business. I know Brittany has a little thing. She didn't really claim America that much. Like she was kind of like doing some stuff that wasn't very American, you know. So I think that's kind of another reason why I let her kind of stay out there a little longer. But I think you have to bring her home, like, no matter what, because that crime that she did. They don't deserve 9 years in Russia, man. That's kind of harsh. So I give her maybe the top 6 months and she'll be back home.
There was another American woman. I'm not going to say what color she was, but so Brittany Griner was caught with not even a gram. It was like 0.7 grams, something like that. It was very, very small. This lady got caught with 17 grams. Was there for about 3 months, and she got. Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that. She was sentenced to like 3 to 6 months, but was literally out within like a month or so, something like that. And her fine was like 15,000, whatever their money is or whatever. Yeah, Brittany Griner's is like $1 million or something crazy.
Yeah.
So it was just one of them things. It's like, I'm with Marcus. I don't think she's going to serve it all, but I think Russia definitely took this chance to be petty.
Oh, yes.
And you know what I mean? Basically with America basically telling the rest of the world not to trade with them, right? So they took their shot, and that's the reason why it sucks, but that is literally the reason why Brittany Griner is going through what she's going through. It's a petty little
right
tussle between Russia and the US, man. So it's definitely
they've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
They've been waiting for that. Like, wait, where she had what?
Yeah. And that, as Kelly says, it's a tactic. They will work something out, but sure, for sure, they were gonna give her the most that they could with a straight face, like and trying to pretend like they were doing something with the actual case. But it was going to be on the high side. But I agree with you, Marcus, too. It's like they probably wanted to wait to see, because if they would have given her like a year or two, then she probably would have heard it.
Yeah, she
like, well, you know, thanks, Brittany, but sorry, you know, like
but we told y'all not to be there.
Right. Pop says BG will be home in 3 years, gonna serve some time.
God dang.
So, and I could see it being something that gets strung out, or who knows, you know, with politics, there's just could be a lot of red tape or a lot of back and forth, you know. I don't know.
I think if it wasn't with social media, like the young people are all today, you can't wait 3 years. They're not gonna let that happen. They're gonna be doing. You're gonna see too much going on. So
where is she?
Yeah, it's gonna have to be at least a year. I don't. 3 years. That's gonna be too long.
Yeah, I don't know. We were talking though, like, what if she just brokered her own deal and was like, "Look, I'll stay here in Russia. I'll play over here. I'll defect from the U.S., but you got to get me up out of here." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll trade sides. You know what I'm saying? She'll be like, "I'll just stay here. I'll kick it here." You know, you never know.
What you mean by that?
Like, what if she was just like, I'll just say screw USA. Like, if they're not coming for me, like, I'll just stay here in Russia and I'll just be a Russian WNBA star for y'all. Like, because she makes more money over there than she does here. What's that?
Oh, she did.
Yeah, that's why so many of them end up going over to Russia, because they can get like I mean, her contract was for like over $1 million in Russia versus like what she's making here. It's like crazy. So
she didn't get over. She didn't get $1 million here.
No,
I
like
did not know that.
That's why I say, like, you never know if she could just be like, let me make it my own deal. Like, they ain't coming for me. Like, hey, what can I do? Because as Kelly's saying, wasn't she really popular? She is. Like, that's why part of the reason why they knew who she was, like when she was coming through the airport. Like, she's popular there just like she is here, like, or maybe even more so because their women's sports, or at least their women's basketball, is popping off more. That's why so many of our WNBA play. That's why like the WNBA season technically goes around theirs. Like these are the things that they don't like to talk about, but the business isn't built up like it is over there. So I don't know. Like that's the weird thing is like she's probably like maybe she did get too comfortable in Russia. Like she thought she was cool over there. I don't know, but obviously things around her changed and the situation in the world is different. But I don't know.
And you saying that too, like Doug. I'm a person. I look at people how they look and how their body language. If you do watch Brittany Griner, she never looked like she was sad. She never looked like you could tell she was crying or something. And when they never showed her when she got sentenced. They never showed her how she reacted. We never seen it. So she always looked a little upbeat. She was smiling. So to me, in my head, I'm thinking like she knows something we don't know. I don't think she's over there. I don't think she's suffering. I don't think even though she's in jail, I don't think it's like a bad thing because you get 9 years, you'll be like, oh my God, going crying, all that. Not saying not trying to be funny, but she's a female too. They're emotional, So I just start when I looking at her body language and how she reacted, she didn't look too worried. So I just kind of feel that she knows. Huh?
So I'm crying over 90 days, bro. 90
years, bro. And she didn't really show emotion.
Her own clothes on too. Like she always has her own clothes on. Like she was wearing Phoenix Mercury stuff and wearing all kinds of different stuff. So I don't know. Like that just makes me not feel that it's great. Like I'm not saying what she's going through is cool at all, but I'm like, hopefully she has some comfort or hopefully she's doing okay. I don't know. Unk says, I wish
it was that easy. I'm thinking that easy.
If they were just like, go zero dark 60 or whatever, zero dark 30 or whatever. But I just think too, like that could pop off some whole different thing too. Like, if they're like saying now you've engaged with us, like I don't know, it's just so complicated.
Yeah, but like I said, as long as she's not not in harm and she's not getting abused or anything like that. Even though I know she want to be home with her family and her wife and everything. But at the end of the day, if she's in good, her well-being is good, I think she'll be all right.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a good way to end it. I think that was definitely something we definitely wanted to talk about. And we will talk about the developments as they go forward. But it is kind of crazy to think about, like, Brittany Griner. Like, I get it when bringing her home, but negotiating that versus, like, this person that they call the Lord of War and all these other things. So it is kind of like, I don't know, but maybe even hopefully there's some other people that they can get back to, not only Brittany Griner, but some other Patriots that are over there doing some stuff. So, or some other people that are, incorrectly detained, kind of like in our eyes. So we'll see.
Uncle last comment makes me. I'm not playing him in basketball Thanksgiving. I'm on his team. He said I was a volunteer back in the day. I'm on his team, so I already said it. So when we do play, don't put me on the opposite team. I'm not playing. I'm telling you how that now.
We'll make sure
he ain't lying.
All right, but that's what's up, though. We definitely love y'all. That was episode 154. Episode 155 next week. I think we're gonna try to all be together for that one. We're gonna see what we can get popping off for the 55. But definitely thank you guys all for the engagement, the comments along the way. We appreciate y'all. And if you have sports fan friends, don't be afraid to share it with a friend. Let them know that we can, they can join in on the SLAC family. So. Love all around. So that's what it is. Definitely want to say thank you guys the one last time. And before we sign off, anything else from y'all?
Cool.
Okay. I think I got the outro ready. So that's what it is. That was episode 154 of Say Like a Champ. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Drizzy.
Bear Sound was the best Detroit Lion running back.
You're right.
And you say the truth.